A survey at a swimming pool is given to one adult in each family. The age of the adult is 8 years old, and of the eldest child is 6 years old. Are recorded. The ages of the eldest child are summarized in the following box and whisker diagram. This is the box and whisker diagram. Ages of the eldest child in terms of years. This is like 2 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10, and 18. Now find the largest value of C that would not be considered as an outlier. So whenever we need to find the outlier, and we are talking about the largest possible value. So that means it's basically we need to figure out what is the upper boundary. So the upper boundary for an outlier would be would be always equals to Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. So this is the generalized formula we have to use it to find the upper boundary for an outlier. So that means upper boundary means if you have any value till that upper boundary, it is accepted. And if you have any value greater than that, so we have to reject it. So that would be an outlier. Now, Q3, so in a box and whisker plot, this is how it would be given. This represents the minimum value. This point would represent Q1, this represents Q2, and this represents Q3, and this represents the maximum data value. So in that case, the value of Q3 is given as 10, and the value of Q1 is given as 6. The reason why I'm writing Q1 is because if I need to find the IQR is nothing but Q3 minus Q1, which is 4, which is 10 minus 6, which is 4. So IQR in this case is 4. And that's why the upper boundary would be Q3, which is 10, plus 1.5 times 4. 1.5 times 4 is 6. So 10 plus 6 is 16. So the upper boundary is 16. So that means find the largest value of C. So that means the largest possible value of C is 60. So if you have any eldest child whose age is more than 16, that would be considered as an outlier. And this is the right answer for this sum. And here the marks distribution goes something like this. 1 mark is for finding the IQR, that's 4. And the second mark is for using this formula, that is to find an upper boundary. And of course, the final mark is for getting the value of 16. And this is how we solve this part A. Now, if I talk about part B, in part B, if I talk about part 1, we are talking about the regression line of A on C. So A is the age of an adult and C is the eldest child. So the regression equation is given as A is equals to 7 by 4 C plus 20. And this is for A on C. And for C on A, it's also given as C is equals to 1 by 2 A minus 9. Of course, it differs. Now, one of the adult is surveyed is 42 years old. Estimate the age of the eldest child. Now, if he is 42 years old, and we need to estimate what is the age of the eldest child, and here C would represent the eldest child, so that is the reason I would use the second formula. I'm not going to use the first formula because here the adult's age is given as 42 years, so that's basically A. So in that case, C would be equals to 1 by 2 times 42 minus 9. So in that case, I'll be getting this is 21. So and 21 minus 9 has to be equals to 12. And this is the answer. Now, the adult whose age was 42 years old, and that is like he or she will have the eldest child to be who is 12 years old. So that's how it goes. And now this part one carries 2 marks. So 1 mark is for choosing the right expression, right equation. So we are choosing the second equation and substituting it. So, and this would carry 1 mark, and getting the final answer correct, which is 12, would carry a second mark. Now for part two, find the mean age of all the adults surveyed. So now if I talk about all the adults surveyed, so all we need to do is, so for B part 2, we need to find out the mean age of adults surveyed. So that's basically we need to figure out what is the value of A. And now clearly the two equations are given and we just need to solve them simultaneously to get the answer. And I'm going to solve them by substitution. I'm going to substitute the equation 1 in the second equation. So when I do that, sorry, I'm going to do it in the other way around. I'm going to substitute the equation 2 in equation 1 because we need to get the value of A. So in that case, A would be equals to 7 by 4. And in place of C, I'm going to substitute 1 by 2A minus 9 plus 20. And if I solve this, we can get the value of A. So that's going to be A is equals to, if I multiply the 7 by 4 times 1 by 2, we just multiply the numerators and the denominator. It's going to be 7 by 8A minus 7 by 4 into 1 by 9 is, so 7 times 9 is 63 by 4 plus 20. And the 7 by 8, I'm going to take it to the 7 by 8A, I'm going to take it to the left-hand side. So it's A minus 7 by 8A is equals to here, in order to make the same denominator, so I'm going to multiply here with 4 and 4 because usually it was 20 by 1. So in that case, I'll be having minus 63 by 4 plus 80 by 4. Similarly, I'm going to multiply here with 8 and 8. So in that case, I'll be having 8A minus 7A, and the common denominator is 8. And on the other side, so minus 63 plus 80, and the common denominator is 4. And from here, if I look at how do we solve for A, so that's going to be 8A minus 7A is just A. So A over 8 is equals to minus 63 plus 8 is 17. So 17 by 4. You can also simplify it like this. 4 ones are, 4 twos are. Then if 2 goes to the other side, it gets multiplied. So A is equals to 34. And the average adult's age, or a mean age of adults who were surveyed, is 34 years. And this is the right answer. And even this would carry 2 marks. And the 2 marks distribution goes something like this. So 1 mark is for showing that these steps, that is, we are solving these two equations simultaneously. Of course, we can also use the method of elimination. That would also be completely correct. Or we can use the method of substitution, which I just did it. And getting the final answer as 34. And this is how the part B would carry 4 marks in total.